Welcome to the latest Watercolors Aquarium Gallery video brought to you from the Aquarium Rush Studios in downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. One of the things you may know about us here at Watercolors, we love books.
One of the things you may know about us is we're huge nerds. Is that another way to say it?
I'm sorry, but I prefer the term geek.
All right, we'll try to be respectful of that.
So we are going to start a new series here where we are going to talk about the books we love, the books that shaped us into the aquarist we are today, all that fun stuff. We are coming at this from as unbiased of a position as we possibly can.
Which means none at all.
No, actually it means quite unbiased because we don't sell books.
Fair enough.
That's true.
Right? If we could sell books, we would sell books. Hopefully we can get it to the point again where there's a way for stores to successfully carry books well, but the current state of things, not mask related, internet related, is that people don't buy books the way that they used to. They're not the main source of information, which means our wholesalers don't carry books anymore.
So we're just talking natural biases today,
Yeah,
not necessarily our bias as a store.
Right. We're not hoping you come and say, order that book for me. We would love to.
We would love to, but order it yourself. Well,
Order it
what book
yourself.
are we even talking
All
about?
right.
We have no idea.
So, many years ago, I tried my hand at breeding saltwater fish.
Oh, good one.
Right. I successfully got Orchid Dottybacks to 7 days post-hatch, which back in 1997, I believe is when that was. That was kind of an accomplishment. One of the books that helped shape that for me was a book by Martin Moe, Breeding the Orchid Dottyback. This book is a journal-style account of exactly the steps that he took to successfully raise Orchid Dottybacks. There's a beautiful picture on the cover, or on the back cover, of a tank full of baby Orchid Dottybacks, and it's beautiful. I chose this book for a couple of reasons. First is, so I don't read many books cover to cover. I like the pictures, and there's very few pictures in this book, right? I actually read the whole thing, more than just referenced it. A lot of the books that I'm a big fan of, I haven't really read cover to cover. Probably over the course of 10 years, looking at this section, this section, this section.
If you add it all up.
Yeah. This one I did, and I read it cover to cover, and at the same time was doing all of the things that Martin Moe suggested I do. Okay. The other reason I chose this book is it's one of the only books I've actually thrown across a room.
That's a good advertisement for a book, honestly.
It is. There's a point to that, though. You know what I mean? There's always a point to a story, right? So I threw this across the room because as I'm going through all of the steps to take, we're getting to the point that I was looking forward to the most in the book, which is what to feed the frog. That, back in 1997, was, without a doubt, the biggest challenge in breeding marine fish. It was what needed to happen, what we needed to figure out, right? So I get to this part, and I'm all excited, and I look at it, and the first heading on that log entry is plankton toe. Martin Moe lived by the ocean.
Not much you can do about that here in Michigan.
Right. The reason that that is relevant today is, today, if you want to breed Orchid Dottybacks, that book is exceptionally valuable. I don't think you should even attempt it without reading that book.
I think that if you want to breed any marine fish, you should read it because
Right.
Martin Moe, what I really appreciate about that book when I was reading it is he very clearly has a very scientific mind, and I don't think of scientific as being like an accumulation of facts. It's the process in which you gather information, and he very clearly, it's like the way he's problem solving and he's having these problems and trying to figure it out, like those types of failures and seeing someone that's accomplished as him work his way through it is way more encouraging than someone first getting in. That, like, it can be very intimidating, but
True.
seeing someone else, how they work through it, is very valuable.
And I think in this context, we should really clarify we mean scientific in the process, not necessarily the jargon or like that it's so dense, because this is actually a really accessible book to read.
Absolutely.
And enjoyable, even if you're not looking into the project. It's still cool to watch him sort of develop and see how he did it.
He meant it to be written for hobbyists, not for scientists to learn how to breed Orchid Dottyback.
Mhm.
It was very much written as a book for hobbyists.
Yeah.
So nowadays, you can read that book, you can get a real sense of why plankton were such an important food source in dottybacks. And then you can go onto one of the websites from either Reef Nutrition or Sustainable Aquatics and you can just buy the food that they use to raise the food to feed the fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, buy the food to raise the food to feed the fish. That is definitely part of the process, but it's very well explained.
You're making a mini ecosystem.
Yes, basically.
Yeah. So there we go. Fantastic book. Not only a great historical reference, also downright instruction manual. And like Amy said, because it's written as kind of a journal style, it's what he did that day or that week for the project. So when you get up and you ask yourself, how should I start? Well, he'll tell you. I'm about halfway through the project. What should I do next? Well, get about halfway through the book and you'll know.
Yeah, guides like that are rare and valuable.
Yep. There we go. Fantastic book, guys. What do you think?
I love it.
Have you read it, Charles?
I have.
You have.
I'm actually been working through it a second time.
Good. Well, that's a little teaser for one of the projects that we are working on here at the gallery.
Yes, hopefully we will really need this book really soon.
Right.
Well, make sure that you subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. We'd love to hear what your favorite books are or what you want to hear us talk about as well. We've got a lot of ones that we're really passionate about too, so you can check out our podcast and see us talk about that way deeper detail as well.
Otherwise, thanks a lot for watching. Let's have lots of fun. Keep those hands wet.